Good afternoon to you, dear students. Let us today discuss the extra questions on the chapter Should Wizard Hit Mommy by John Updike.
The very first question says, why did Roger Skunk go to see the old owl? Raise your hands. Raise your hands for the answers. Abhay, Vishwajit and Khushpreet. What about the other simple question? Why did Roger Skunk go to see the old owl? Okay, Khushpreet, you can answer. Khushpreet from C2.
Ma'am, he had a stinking smell, due to which other animals avoided playing with him. So he wanted to have friends to play with them. So to get rid of the smell, he went to the wise owl and requested him to smell like roses.
Did he request the owl? Abhay, did he request the owl to change his smell? Abhay Singh.
Sorry, ma'am. Owl took him to wizard, and wizard he requested wizard to smell like.
Okay, fine. The second question is, why did Joe think that Skunk's mommy was stupid? Why did Joe think that Roger Skunk's mommy was stupid? Gulistan, rule number 15.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, Joe calls Skunk's mother stupid because the mommy had hid the wizard and forced him to make Skunk smell back again, which was not good. And in this way, he will lose all his friends.
Yes, she did not like it because she felt bad for him because in this way she was sure that he would again lose all his friends because they avoided him because of his smell only. Vishwajit, you want to add on something? Raise your hand. Vishwajit.
No, ma'am, but it was like that only. She think that her mom means that her mom is because she told that he should stink back like the same way he used to stink earlier. So
Oh.
when she from there she got to know that yes, she is stupid. That why does she want that her son should means smell like that. So that is why she think that she is stupid and
Okay.
she's
Okay,
hit
fine,
wizards.
very
So
good.
that's the
And
reason.
if how does Joe want the story to end? Raise your hands. How does Joe want the story to end? I have the same four students: Abhay, Pushpin, Gulistan, Vishwajit. Then you have to submit your work, and this assignment is included in that. 5 more. I had given you this assignment earlier because I wanted you to go through it and so that you are prepared with the answers. But still, I have the same students who have been answering always. How does Joe want the story to end? It's such a simple question. How does she want the story to end? Alam. Alam.
Yes, ma'am.
How does
Ma'am, ma'am, can you hear me?
yes?
Ma'am, she wants the story to end. She wants the story to end in a way that when the wizard hit the mommy, he should hit her back, and he should not change the Roger skunk back, so that he
Smell.
can make more friends.
Yes.
And at the end, because she was a naive and innocent girl who wouldn't understand the moral behind the story, so she just wanted the Rogers Khan to have the rose smell, so
Smell.
he
Yes.
can make more friends.
More friends. Yes, very good. Why does Jack insist that it was the wizard that was hit and not the mother? Why does he insist? He said it time and again. No, it is the wizard who should be hit, but not the mother. Why so? Why does he insist? Arya Jindal. Arya, are you able to get our voice? Arya Jindal C2. Why does Jack insist that it was a wizard that was hit and not the mother? Arya, are you there in the class? Or you just logged in and you just vanished? That is why, even if you don't know the answer, you have to respond. Ma'am, I don't know. Response करना पड़ेगा, otherwise I want to mark you people absent. the class. इससे मैं क्वेश्चन पूछूंगी, अगर उसका yes no में कोई भी जवाब नहीं आएगा तो मैंने उस बच्चे की एब्सेंट लगा देनी, ऐसे कोई फायदा नहीं होता। अगर इन 4 बच्चों ने जवाब देना है मुझे यहाँ पे, only these questions are going to, these students are going to answer, then I have the class with these 4 students only. Gurnoor, Gurnoor,
Yes, ma'am.
हाँ बोलो बच्चे, आता है आपको आंसर? Why does Jack insist that it was the wizard that was hit and not the mother?
No, ma'am, I don't know the answer of this question.
चैप्टर पढ़ा था आपने? You should have gone through the chapters and we have discussed it also in the class. चैप्टर पढ़ लिया करो ना बच्चे, क्वेश्चंस डिस्कस क्या है जी। बोलो वही 5 बच्चे। Okay, Khushpreet, respond. Why does he insist that was hit and not the mother?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, Jack insisted that it was the wizard that was hit and not the mother because he wanted to prove that the parents know everything which is good or bad for their children, and he also wanted to prove that this Roger skunk loved his mother more than he loved other animals.
Yes, but
He
there's one
wanted
thing
to
more which
play.
I told you. Yes, very good, Khushpreet. But there was one thing more which we discussed. Can you just tell that, Vishwajit? One thing is missing in the answer. What is that thing?
Yes, ma'am.
There's a thing. There is a point that is missing in the answer which she gave. Can you tell that thing?
Ma'am, the fourth question, why does Jock
Yes.
insist
Why
that?
does Jack insist that it was the wizard that was hit and not the mother?
Yeah,
Khushpreet
ma'am,
has already
basically,
given the answer. She has
yes,
already
ma'am.
given the. I don't want those points to be repeated. You just
Oh,
add
okay,
on.
ma'am. So
Just add on.
basically, ma'am, the other points which will be there was that he was also like, ma'am, he was able to reconnect it with himself, as
Very good.
ma'am, he was a time he was also means he also loved his mother a lot, and he was able to keep himself at the place of Roger Skunk, so that is why he made this statement.
And he was defending his own mother by saying that
Yes,
the
ma'am.
mother is
He
not
loved
being
his
hit.
mother a lot.
He loved his mother
Yes,
a lot,
ma'am.
and he was in a way he was defending his mother. Okay. Fine. Next question. How was the skunk's
Ma'am, can I add something to last question?
Yes. Yes. Okay.
It can also happen that he wanted that his children obey him, that he
Yes.
wanted Joe to obey him. So
Yes, you've already said that he wanted his children to obey him because he thought that whatever the parents thought for their kids is always right. So, how was Skunk's story different from the other stories narrated by Jack? How was this story different from the other stories? Yes, Guru. Guru?
It was narrated different from other stories. When the Roger Fish met with the wizard and the story came to an end. Ma'am, but in this story, it continued as the mother was not happy from the smell which was coming from the Roger skunk, and she hit it on the head of the wizard.
Yes, she hit the head of the with the hit. Hit has the same form. Uh, first form of the verb, second form, and third form. They all are the same. It is hit only. It is not. There's nothing else hated in English. Okay. Anything else? So this story had a completely yes, Alan. Alan.
The other stories, the stories were somewhat predictable for Joanne, but in this story, she did not expect the ending to be so different and unconvincing for her, and that was the main difference. And
Yes.
in this also, usually there were happy endings, and the visit helped the Roger animal with the slight variation in every story. But in this one, it was the other way around, and um, mother told him to make him smell like before.
Yes. So it had a totally different, a totally unusual ending which she had not expected at all. Okay. And question number 6 is, what did Joe want the wizard to do when Mommy Skunk approached him? What did Joe want the wizard to do when Mommy Skunk approached him? Yes, Rhythm. Rhythm, rule number 7.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, Joe wanted the wizard to hit mommy because she had hit the wizard and made him change Roger's skunk smell back to the foul one.
Yes. So she wanted the wizard to hit the mommy. And why does Joe insist that her father should tell her the story with a different ending the next day? Why does Joe insist? Yes, Vishwajit.
So, ma'am, Joe basically insists that her father should end the story in a different way because, ma'am, she earlier whatever the ending of the story was, ma'am, she was not able to accept it and she did not appreciated the ending of the story as because, ma'am, because of her child psychology, she thought that means. Wizard should also hit back the mommy Roskunk's mommy because he changed his smell back to the foul smell. Basically, ma'am, she wasn't able to because she, as a child, she was not able to judge that what was the reason and what was the moral behind
She was
her
not able
mother.
to judge. She was not able to judge the thing, and she was not able to accept it the way things
Yes, ma'am.
were.
She did not appreciate it. She did not appreciate the ending because she was
Did
having a
not
totally different opinion
appreciate.
for
Did
what.
not
Yes,
appreciate.
ma'am.
Not
What
appreciated.
his father had.
Yes, very good. Always use first form of the verb with did. Okay. How
Yes,
did
ma'am.
okay, good. How did the wizard help Roger Skunk? How did the wizard help Roger Skunk? Abhay.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, Roger Skunk approached Wizard to get rid of the foul smell.
Yes,
So
very
Wizard
good.
asked Roger that what he wanted to smell like. So Roger said that he wanted to smell like roses. So
And and
so so he chanted some magic spells, and after that, the smell of Roger Skunk was changed.
yes, very good. Okay, what part of the story did Jack himself enjoy the most and why? What's the part of the story which Jack himself enjoyed and why? Gulistan.
Jack enjoyed the part of the story most when he had to speak in the wizard's voice, as it was his one of the favorite part, and he did it by scrunching up his head and somehow whining through his eyes.
Yes, he's scrunching up his head, binding through his eyes, and which made them a little, which made them a little watery. So this part he enjoyed a lot because he could put in some of his own animations in it, and he enjoyed that part. Okay, next question. Why was Roger Skunk's mommy angry? Same question. Why was she angry? Why was Roger Skunk's mommy angry? What was the reason she gave for her anger? Why was Roger Skunk's mommy angry? Simran Kaur, 17, roll number 82. Why was Roger Skunk's mommy angry? See, I just 5 minutes ago I told you if you will not respond with yes or no, I'm not going to mark you present. So you need to at least reply to the question. Why was her mommy angry? Even if you don't know the answer, it's okay. We are here to discuss. Yes, Abhay says, may I? Yes, Abhay, you can respond. Why was she
Ma'am,
angry?
Ma'am, Roger Skunk mommy became angry when she came to know that his son has changed his real identity and now he
Yes.
smells like roses. Ma'am,
Yes.
according to her, everything is natural and nothing is disgraceful in nature.
Yes.
Ma'am, he should not change his identity for any reason because this was a universal truth.
This is a universal truth. You should not, for any reason, change your personality, your originality. This is what nature in all its forms is beautiful. It can never be disgraceful. This was the message that which Roger Skunk's mother wanted to give to her child, and she wanted to make him understand that. And that is why she was angry when he had come home with a different smell, the smell of roses. Okay. Why did Joe think Roger Skunk was better off with the new smell? It's a very simple question. Why did she think that she was better off with the new smell? Simran Kaur and Arya Jindal, you have not responded till now. I'd asked you a question long back, and I'm going to mark both of you absent for the day. Why did Joe think Roger Skunk was better off with the new smell? Pavandeep, can you give the answer? Why did Joe think Roger Skunk was better off with the new smell? Pavandeep. Is Pavandeep audible to all?
Um,
No, ma'am.
no.
No, we are not able to
Ma'am.
hear. We are not sorry, Pavandeep. We are not able to hear you. So you can just hold on for a while and let somebody else answer. Okay, Vishwajit. Vishwajit says, "Can I?" Okay, Vishwajit, bolo.
Ma'am, basically, she wanted that her smell should means she was happy with his smell as his smell was changed because with his now with the smell of the roses he was able to play with the he was able to play with the people and he was able to make new friends which earlier ran away from him because of his foul smell. So and now he was not all alone like earlier, so she thought that yes, his means his smell of roses was better than earlier his foul smell.
Yes, very good. How did Roger Skunk's mother get his new smell back? No, this is a very simple question. We are not going to discuss it by hitting the wizard and asking him to change his smell again. Why is an adult's perspective? This thing we already discussed. I think did we discuss this question the other day? Why is an adult's perspective in life on life different from that of a child?
Just it.
Yes, ma'am.
We have to discuss earlier because this is a textbook question and you have to do the textbook questions along with this assignment. Okay. Why did Joe disapprove of Jack's ending of the story for his son? How did she want it? This also we know. What impression do you form of Jack as a father? Okay, 13 and 14 questions we've discussed them already. So we just discussed the last question. Then we move on to some other extra questions. What impression do you form of Jack as a father? The character sketch of Jack and Jack as a father. Yes, Gulistan. Gulistan. Sir?
Ma'am, Simran Kaur,
Anji
can you
Simran.
hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Simran. Number 17. Bolo. What impression do you form of Jack as a father?
Ma'am, Jack as a father was quite caring and loving. He has been telling Joe the afternoon nap stories for about 2 years.
Okay.
Though telling stories to growing kids is not an easy task, as they imagine the things and they also put certain questions in front of their parents. He
Yes.
made the stories quite interesting by giving personal effects, acting, and changing the tone and changing his voice also. He didn't get angry at Joe for interrupting him in the stories.
Yes, very good. Anybody who wants to add on something to it? Jack as a father. You focus on characteristics of Jack as a father. Yes. What is the impression that you get of him as a father? Anji. Bolo. Vishwajit, you want to say something? Bolo, bache.
So, ma'am, basically, as she said that he was caring and loving, and ma'am, moreover, ma'am, he also wanted to tell her child that means tell Joe that how parents how parents are well wisher of the children and wants that what should they whatever they do for a good for the bright future of the children.
Yes. Okay. Very good. See, it's written to be done in practice registers. You need not do them. You just discuss these questions here. How did the custom of storytelling degenerate into a futile rite? Yes. How did this custom which started 2 years ago of storytelling degenerate into a futile rite? How did it become useless? Gulistan. Gulistan. Malvika. Malvika. Malvika, today I was missing you because you're always there with your answers, ready with your answers. So, Malvika, bolo bache.
Yes,
How
ma'am.
did the custom of storytelling degenerate into a futile rite?
Ma'am, the custom of storytelling degenerated because now Joe was becoming old and she used to not sleep at Saturday noon. So the father was very restless because Joe used to not sleep. So it became the custom of storytelling became very futile.
Futile, yes, useless. Okay, pick out instances to prove that Joe was no longer a credulous child. Can you give some instances from the story to show that she was no longer a credulous child? She was not the one who would believe things easily. Yes, Gulistan. Gulistan. Kulistan, I always see your hand raised, but you don't speak up. बोलते नहीं हो आप. हाँ जी. खुशप्रीत बोलो. खुशप्रीत.
Ma'am, Jo was not a credulous child because she started asking questions from her father and mother, and will also check if it's truth by asking. Like if she get answer from her mother, she would ask her father the same question to know that if it's truth.
Yes.
And when Jack was telling the story, she would ask about that magical spells are real or not, and
And then she would go to her mother to confirm from her.
yes, and about also she asked about that the did the spiders eat bugs, or that God was there in the sky, like really there was a God, and questions like that.
Yes, and then she asked during the storytelling session. Also, she asked her father, "Are magic spells real?" So all these things go on to prove that she was no longer a credulous child. Vishwajit said he wanted to add on something. Yes, Vishwajit.
In the end also, when the story ended, like when he told her the story of Roger Skunk. So ma'am, then also she started giving her own opinions about the story, which she never used to do. So from here we can get to know that she was becoming she was no more credulous, and she was becoming inquisitive and wanted to know more and more.
Yes, very good. What was unique about the story that Jack told? What was unique about the story? Alam. Alamjeet, roll number 38. What was unique about the story that Jack told?
It was the story was unique at it emphasized on one's own originality and unique self instead of becoming possessing a likable trait such as the smell of roses. Roger Skunk changed back to his original self, thus reflecting how one should respect themselves in their natural form. And also, in the last part, it shows that Roger Skunk's friend accepted him as the way he was. Thus, we should always stay true to ourselves and do not change for others. That's what's so unique about the story.
Yes, the story was unique in many ways, as you have elaborated. Very good. How did the wizard solve as well as create problems? The wizard was there to solve the problems, but he created problems also for Roger Animal, whosoever it was. How did it create problems for the Roger Animal? Yes, Kushpreet. Kushpreet, how did he create problems?
Ma'am, he solved the problem by making Roger Skunk smell good, like the smell of roses, and he created the firstly he created a problem by asking for more money, but then he solved it by telling the way where to go to get more money. And next, there was another problem that
In this
Roger
particular
Skunk.
story, yes. If in this particular story that we are discussing about, this particular he created problems for Roger Skunk. And what was the problem?
That her mother don't like the smell of roses.
Yes, very good. Who came? What was the cause of Roger Skunk's sadness? Everybody knows this. That nobody was there to play with him. Everybody just ran away from him. Everybody, his friends ostracized him. They didn't want to play with him because of his foul smell. Who came to Roger Skunk's help and what did he do? This also you can answer. We'll do only those questions which are left. Okay. Pick out the autobiographical elements in Roger Skunk's story. What are the autobiographical elements in Roger Skunk's story? Bolo Vishwajit, autobiographical elements.
Elements which were there in Roger Skunk's story. They were basically, ma'am, like means Jack was himself trying to say that means he was himself at the taking in the place of Roger Skunk. He was at the place of Roger Skunk and was telling the story according to him.
Yes, and he was
Means he
remembering
was
his
trying
own
to
through
remember
Roger
everything,
Skunk.
and
He
whatever
was
he faced, he described it in the story.
yes through Roger Skunk. He tried to remember. He tried to relive his own humiliations that he had felt as a child. Okay, next is how did Roger Skunk's mother react to his newly acquired smell? We know it. How does the character of the wizard suit Jack? How does the character of the wizard suit Jack? You can respond. Malvika. How does Jack's how does the character of wizard suit Jack? Malvika.
Ma'am, Jack used to enjoy playing the role of wizard because he used to scrunch up his face and whine through his eyes, and also loved doing this act during the whole storytelling. And he used to think that he played a very good role of an old man, and it suited him. And moreover, the Jack used to play this role because it suited him very well, and used to
Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Very good. And so this is all about this chapter. You complete your worksheet, the one that I've given you in your classroom app. You complete it by tomorrow, along with the textbook questions, and submit your work by 10 p.m. only. Okay. So, and one more thing.
As we all know, students, on our 74th Independence Day, our Honorable Prime Minister launched National Digital Health Mission. So under that, we need to create our health IDs under the by just clicking on the link that I've just shared with you. All of us have been directed to do it, and we have been asked to motivate you, our students, and also you can motivate your parents to create these health IDs by clicking on the link that I've just shared with you. Let's now discuss some more questions.
The last paragraph of the story says that in the last paragraph there's a line that was a long story. What does Claire want to convey through this assertion? When she says that was a long story, what does she want to convey through this assertion? She said Claire, Jack's wife, said that was a long story. What was it that she wanted to convey through that statement, through that assertion? Yes, Vishwajit, as always.
Claire, that is Jack's wife. She wanted to means describe through that through the statement that it was a long story, because he promised him that he will help her, but he didn't. And so that is why she said that he took a lot of time, so that is why she said it was a long story.
Yes, and she said it in sarcastically. It was an act. It was a statement made in sarcasm. Okay, next is father has felt empty after 2 years of storytelling to Joe. What idea do you form about his skill in the art of storytelling? When he says his father, when the author says his head felt empty after 2 years of storytelling to Joe, what idea do you form about his skill, Jack's skill in the art of storytelling? How would you rate him as a storyteller? Yes? Think over the question and respond. And give me, his head felt empty after 2 years of storytelling. What idea do you form about his skill in the art of storytelling? बोलो बोलो शाबाश जल्दी बोलो. हाँ जी मालविका बोलो.
Father used to did not have many ideas or varieties when he used to tell story, and he used to tell the story in the same way, which had same plot, and only minor changes were done, but he used to tell the story in very effective manner with good gestures and good sound effects.
Yes, very good. Anybody who wants to add on something to it? Good. You can include in both the points, positive as well as negative points, that even though his stories lacked variety, and that was mainly because he was telling stories for the last 2 years. Now he just ran short of ideas, but you can give in the positive points also through his animation, through his gestures. He made the stories quite interesting. Okay. Next question is, okay, what is the underlying idea behind the wizards taking the beating and tamely changing the rose smell? What is the idea behind this? Why he took the beating and why he changed the rose smell back?
Repeat.
Yes, I'm repeating the question. What is the underlying idea behind the wizards taking the beating and changing the rose smell? What is the idea behind this? When when the mother skunk along with Roger went to the wizard and he changed, he took the beating. He was hit hard by Roger Skunk's mother. He took it very calmly, and he also changed the rose smell into the foul smell at once. What is the idea? What is the underlying idea behind this? Repeating the question, what is the idea behind the wizards taking the beating and tamely changing the rose smell? Khushpreet. Khushpreet.
Thought that he has
Ma'am, it
done a
shows that.
mistake.
Uh, okay, let him speak.
Okay, Abhay, you were giving the answer. Yes, Abhay. You started with the answer. Abhay?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, he thought that he has done a mistake.
Yes. What does the author try to prove through this? What is the idea behind this? You're talking about the, he thought that he had made a mistake, but what is it? Please, Abhay, just mute your mic, and the others also. And but what's the idea behind this? Yes.
Ma'am, we can say that instead of taking revenge, he forgives her and fulfills the mother's wish.
Yes, very good. He fulfills the mother's wish and instead of getting annoyed. But there's something else. What is the underlying idea? Just don't go by the literal statement. Just find out the underlying idea, the hidden idea behind this. Yes,
Ma'am, may I tell?
Yes,
Ma'am,
Malvika.
so-
Okay, Vishwajit, hold on, let Malvika speak because she had started giving responses late today. Okay, Malvika, hold on.
Jack wanted to say that the mothers are always right, and the Roger Skunk loved his mother more
Than he
than
loved anybody else. Yes, Alam also wanted to speak out. Alam, yes, Alam. And the meeting is
One of the
yes, very good. Bolo.
is that it shows it also implies undertone that the nature the natural it's the natural we should respect the nature and our natural forms instead of changing it.
Yes, very good. We should respect nature because nature in all its forms is beautiful. Okay, so this is all about this chapter. And
Ma'am, moreover, he was obedient.
He
Ma'am,
was
like wizard was obedient. Ma'am, he did not said, and he respected her mother and her feelings, so did
he
not say
respected,
anything.
yes, he respected Roger Skunk's mother and her feelings. Okay, instead of getting angry, he just meekly accepted what she did to him. So this is all about this chapter, students, and please just keep in mind whatever I have told you about the declamation contest and about that health app and about that Fit India movement also. Okay, and please comply and give me responses for that. And that is all for today. Complete your work and send it to me by tomorrow, 10 p.m. tomorrow. Okay, have a good day.